Today was Monday. Hey, it's Bob Doyle here, one of the featured teachers from the film and book The Secret. I teach people how to identify and change autopilot wiring that is whacking up their lives. You know what I'm talking about? All right, well, here's an example. Funny enough that you're here, because I'll just tell you the example that I'm sure you can relate to. Do you ever find yourself arguing for your limitations? Now, off the bat, I don't know. Depending on who you are, you go, I would never do such a thing. Some of you may know exactly what I'm talking about, where you have a whole list of reasons why you can't do, be, or have a particular thing, or why you're not there yet, or whatever. It's kind of like what we were talking about the other day with the stories. This is a very similar thing, but this is a specific type of story where you keep explaining to yourself and others all the reasons why you couldn't take that next step, couldn't quite achieve the success. Well, I got close, but then the company closed, or I did this, or she said that, or they took my thing away, or whatever, right? So there's all these stories about why you can't do, be, or have, which is what we're here to do, and be, and have. We've got these ideas, these visions, these passions in our mind. They were given to us at birth. It was a gift, and we were given this brain that can be programmed to basically navigate us through just about any situation if we train it properly. And yet we're using this incredible tool to create stories, basically lies about why we can't do stuff. And if we told ourselves other stories about how we can do whatever we put our minds to, then we'll find ways to do that. It'll take, taking the journey, the ups and downs, the discovery process, the fundamental rewiring of our brain to support being a person who no longer justifies or tries to justify why they aren't there yet. Because look, no matter how hard you work or well-intentioned you are or what you got on your vision board or whatever, if you're going to continue to explain why you're not there yet, you are firmly saying, this is who I am. These are the limits of my results. Then why are you even trying? It doesn't make any sense, does it? You're going after something, you're trying to build a business, you're going to do a thing. Right? And you're telling everybody I'm going to do this thing, and you're at the same time, you're telling people why you can't do it, or why it won't be so great, or why this win wasn't such a big deal, or whatever. You continually tell yourself stories that make you small in this, and you need to be large in this. You are the main player in your life, and you get to create yourself however you want. But if you're not clear on how to do that, well, good news, that's what I do. I help you to discover all that, like shine a light on the fact that you are limiting yourself through these stories that you have about your limitations and why they're true. When you can identify them and realize, oh, wow, I am doing that on autopilot, and they're absolutely not serving me. Certainly you can see the logic, right? And you can't have the same thing that a person's going to tell those stories, right? If you're going to succeed and have all of this, if your dream is going to be realized, then there's no space for you arguing why you couldn't have it because you did it, right? So you have to stop telling those stories, but to stop them first, you have to realize that they're there. You have to own them. You have to be honest and say, okay, yeah, I am telling that story, and I'm willing to give it up and replace it with something else. And knowing how to replace it, so that it will last, is the work that I do in my program and coaching and so on. But this training that I do at least once a week live, that you can sign up for right here, well, again, just sort of, it's all about shining a light. It's about awareness of oh yeah, I'm a spectacular creation. This brain is amazing. But if I am letting it run the show with no conscious involvement whatsoever, it's kind of well, I wonder what's going to happen. And we're living in reaction mode. But we have the gift to take conscious control over what is going in here and what meaning we make out of it, and then what we do as a result of that meaning, because that creates our life. So if you want to learn more about that and what you can start doing today to change that wiring so that you feel okay about giving up these stories about why you can't do, be, or have, because clearly you can't tell those stories and have the results you want, right? Okay. So come check out one of these live trainings. The next one we have is this Saturday at noon Pacific. If you can clear an hour or so for that, that'd be fantastic, because by the end of it, you will know exactly what to do to start to change that wiring. All right, I hope to see you on one of these trainings super soon. Have a wonderful Tuesday. We'll talk to you.